Okay, hi guys. Let's talk about the normal distribution curve, also known as nature's curve. So, this is known as normal distribution because this is how things are found in nature. So, take the example of a marathon. A few people will be at the front, majority of the people will be in the middle, and a few people will be behind everyone else. Okay? And what's amazing about this curve is that it is pretty standardized and we can study it mathematically. So, what this means is that the areas of the curve, they can be attributed values, and that's true. So, let's talk about these values. So, a standard deviation, all of these lines, they denote standard deviation, and this is the center of the curve, which is the average. Okay, so the average is basically what is denoted as 0 because it's 0 standard deviations away. And then you have 1 standard deviation away from this. This is basically denoting that one measurement away from this will cover 34% of our population. Okay, and similarly, even in the negative side, so one standard deviation away this side will also cover 34% of our population. So this means that when you add both of them, 68% of your population will be covered within one standard deviation. So taking the marathon example, so if your average time for a marathon is, let's say, 1 hour, and someone takes more than an hour, let's say 1 hour 30 minutes, and that's one standard deviation. And if someone takes less than or it takes 30 minutes lesser, so they just take half an hour to finish it, so all of those people will be falling underneath this category. And then you have the next thing. So the next standard deviation is 13.6%. Don't sweat about the percentages. I mean the decimals. So you can just round this off to a 14. And so that would be 2 standard deviations away from your center. So basically, this whole area is now 13.6 plus 34 plus 34 plus 13.6, which in total would give us 95% of your area. So, which means that 95% of the population falls within this, within these 2 standard deviations. And lastly, the last area here, that's just 2%. So within 3 standard deviations of your average value, 99% of your population is covered. So if you say the average height of a population is, let's say 5 feet, then there will be few tall people, few short people to the extreme, but 99% of them will fall within 3 standard deviations, plus or minus, of this average area. So yeah, this is the basics of the graph that you need to know. A few other things that you need to know is that the mean, median, and mode of a normal distribution curve all are the same. So let me write that down here. Mean, median, and mode. So this makes sense. So the mean is the mathematical average. So if you average out very low value numbers with very high value numbers and some middle value numbers, it will fall in the middle. Similarly with median, so when you arrange, let's say, the marathon times in order, then the middlemost value will sort of be exactly what's numerically in the middle as well. And the mode is the most popular. The height of this denotes the number of people. So if this is like a 1 hour time, so that means that majority of the people fell into that 1 hour time category. So which is why this has risen to its peak. So yeah, I would know this curve, definitely know this curve. And now moving on to your right skewed and left skewed.